they warm up the body pretty fast. They can hurt your hand really hard.
Well, here we go. We got two players sitting here on the stage, ready to go. Wario versus Ness. Two short little characters that like to be in the air a lot, as you mentioned. How are they going to win out the day? Let's find out.
Exactly, spawning into it, and they forgot to change the song, so we're going right back to Escape the City. Sonic Adventure 2, baby.
I'm not complaining.
Neither am I.
Good DI down there from Atata to avoid any more of the shenanigans of that Wario combo and just get to the ledge. The ledge isn't really a spot you want to be in, but it'll help you avoid some of this. However, Loaf doesn't look at all perturbed, continuing this ledge trap for much longer.
Oh, thought he was going to stall out a little bit longer. That's okay. We go out there with an up B. This is like a complete 180 than what we saw in the previous game with Captain Falcon, right? Showing no fear to go down that low against the likes of Atata's Ness because you're Wario. You have so many options to get back to the stage.
And just knowing how disjointed that up B is and how it's going to just cleanly win versus the PK Thunder 2. This is a very one-sided open to this game one at the moment.
You're going to pop him up, pull down that up fight. Because we saw a little bit of patience from Atata, was able to react to the situation instead.
Wait things out on the platform. Good parry from Loaf. Not really able to get a big winning hit in there until that last back air, which goes, unfortunately, the wrong way across the small battlefield. Keeping Atata alive until just barely getting nicked by that down air.
Loaf's edge guarding game is just on point. Any single time you see a neutral exchange happen and Loaf ends up winning it and has the advantage, Atata's in disadvantage for so long. He is just off stage forever.
It is rare to see Atata's Nest so flummoxed off the stage by someone who is this confident in their edge guarding, and it's working out brilliantly for Loaf.
Once again, has him back out there, challenging the down air, not afraid of the up air, going back for the bike, just used as another tool. It's a tool for his trouble to get a little bit of charger percentage. Off stage forward air. Atata is now out of jump, has to go for the PK Thunder. We don't even have to challenge it at that point.
Wasn't able to get the bounce off the stage to reset the PK Thunder 2, which wouldn't have even been a guarantee because of how confident Loaf's been off the stage. But okay, that's a big answer back for Atata. Gets the yo-yo, cleaning up the stock.
Yeah, but now Loaf does have a waft ready to go. Not that he really needs it, but at this point, if you land an up tilt, a down tilt, or a nair, it might just be donezo. He wants the up tilt. You saw that. That's like the easiest one to confirm it to.
You know, the issue, though, is the way that Loaf was missing those confirms on the winner's side of set. You might want to just be able to prove that you can get them landed. Yeah. Just to remind yourself a little bit, you know? Get that momentum back, and then you can go for the trickier ones when you need them later.
Up B one more time. Goes for the wav. You're trying to get a PK Thunder? Hell no. You're going down to the blast zone. That's going to be Loaf taking a pretty easy game one.
Again, it's rare to see Atata so flummoxed off the stage. But Loaf just had him in that corner right where he wanted him.
Felt very uncomfortable out there, right? Loaf was just like, compared to like Captain Falcon previously, right? That was just constantly staying on stage waiting for Ness to come up. So a lot of the recoveries ended up being kind of free. Loaf showing no signs of fear going all the way down there to challenge.
And if that momentum continues, it's going to be a hard-fought battle here for Atata. He's going to have to win more in like the first opening salvo of the match, right? And then keep your advantage state that strong the entire time. The pressure's on.
So we might be going towards PS2. I see it hovering over there. Not going to go to Battlefield one more time for the small version. And yep, indeed, going to kind of pick over to PS2. Give yourself a bigger stage, right, to get things cooking up. Ness does like the stage a lot.
Yeah, a little bit more ground to work with when you get hit by one of those straight hits of Wario. It doesn't immediately take you to the ledge and then start those shenanigans, right? A little bit more room for error, I would say.
Fading away with a lot of down tilts. Right back at you, right? You're down tilting, so am I, brother. So am I.
They both get a ton of stuff started with their respective down tilts, so it makes sense. And now this is the air-to-air you need, but good. Again, DIing down to get into that shield faster seems to be really useful in this floaty versus floatier matchup.
Ooh,
okay.
Good answer against get-up attack. Spacing the downer just right. That beats both get-up attack and neutral get-up.
I love showing that up B out of shield for Loaf, just to make sure that Atata knows you can't do anything too tricky on the shield. But speaking of trickiness, where am I going with this PK Thunder? Right to the dome.
Once Loaf did that double jump and committed to landing in front of Atata, it pretty much just sealed his fate because of the way Atata was moving that PK Thunder.
And that's a good start that Atata needs to turn his fortunes in this set around. But he is stuck on the ledge again here.
Being a little bit more passive play here. Opting to go for ledge traps instead of edge guards, right? With a clear difference where you just stay on the stage and just kind of guess their options or cover options, right? That Nair is such a good tool for covering so many different ledge options that it pretty much becomes you have to guess the timing when they come up and less about which option they go for.
Not great here for Atata, but he does make it back. I was worried about this recovery the whole way, but this is the Atata we know and love on the recoveries.
Yeah, definitely finding the mark there with the PK Thunders to get back towards safety here on ground zero. Another Nair, good parry from Atata, gonna net him a grab and some damage for his trouble.
And he's trying to knock away this spike, but the goofy landing hitbox is gonna work out for Loaf. Buy him the stage again, but he is chased to the platform, where a couple of up airs turn around his fortune.
I mean, that bike looking a little tanky, bro. Throw it out there, eats that PK Thunder for free.
Yeah, you probably got to hit a couple of aerials with it in order to break it, but that yo-yo will break Wario's face. The very last hit of it just barely scrapes by.
Gets a ledge trump into a backer. Has Waff ready to go for the next stock. Definitely going to save it for that situation. Opposite go for the more ledge trapping. It's really difficult. I mean, if you're going to hold in that ledge, my back air will hit your head's poking out.
And Loaf is so confident at both. He's confident at the edge guards and the ledge traps. It really doesn't look like one is a better choice over the other. It's just what he chooses to do at the time. And that makes it harder for Atata to guess on what he's going to do.
Oh my god, Loaf is in a really good spot right now. Has that Waff ready to go. If you get a little bit more damage, could easily turn this into an up tilt situation. Looking for some Nairs on top of that. If he lands a Nair of a late hit, there's the up throw, up air, waits for a punish. Kind of wanted an air dodge situation, but was playing patient again. But now he's at that prime percent where an up tilt will lead into a kill.
Yeah, be really careful here if you're Atata. Okay, get the Nair turnaround to send this Wario away. Parries each way. That trade, if it wasn't a trade, that was it.
Yeah. And you're noticing that Loaf's not actually swinging out any hits besides the up tilt or really small stray hits, right? Because if you get too much damage, he leaves that window where up tilt will no longer connect.
You need to throw out moves and expect them to whiff to at least just keep Atata honest, right? But that's not actually what you want to be hitting with. You have a specific win condition in mind.
Oh, we bet it all on the timing on that ledge get up, but now Loaf's at a huge disadvantage here. Getting the double hit off the bike, no follow-up, but we get a bite for that shield. Command grabbing your way to victory here. Off stage, up B to get yourself some damage. Now we got ourselves a good lead. Takes the PK Thunder to secure that kill. That's going to be Loaf with a 2-0 lead after what was actually a very competitive match.
Yeah, much closer than the previous game one. But that game two, it comes down to, again, just the aerial mobility that Wario has. Not many characters can drift over and off the stage to get into the position to intercept that PK Thunder, which sent Atata tumbling to his demise.
All right, coming right back here onto the Wario, obviously. But could there be a character swap from Atata?
Probably not.
Yeah, definitely going to stick with that Ness.
100%. He did have a wolf for a time in really early Ultimate, like pre-pandemic Ultimate.
Everyone had a wolf.
He was doing some wolf stuff, and then eventually
everyone had a wolf.
Because like his first impression of Ness is that Ness wasn't as good as Smash 4. But you know, as these things go, is your first impression is just that, and sticking with the character ended up working out brilliantly for his career in this game. But is it going to work out enough to turn around his fortunes in this game number 3? So far, it's looking rough.
Yeah. If you ever looked at like those week 1 tier lists of Ultimate, they're extremely funny.
Yeah. It's funny how much more we know with the passage of time, right?
Yeah. There was a time people thought the Belmonts were like a top 20 character.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, Crom, the best swordsman.
Hey, when he could go for the SD kills, he was. 3 exchanges and I win, bro.
But a couple of exchanges here have evened up the percentage at the very least for Atata after it looked really tough. And yeah, only 0.4 separating them for a brief moment of time. Wario pretty hefty though, not going to die to that back air.
Okay, we got ourselves a trade that's going to come back towards center stage. Both players have very high percentage. Dash attack not enough to get that kill just yet. Loaf chilling back. Air dodges through dash attacks and kind of just setting each other from the right side to the left to the right. Kills up with the motorbike.
Yeah, that bite just lingered at the perfect time. What a great throw from Loaf to just take away the ledge from Atata and take a great stock position again.
Got that big-ass hitbox. It definitely comes in clutch, and it's active for so long. We're just going to go for a trade there to be able to secure that first kill for Atata's side.
Speaking of great hitboxes, that neutral air will just be a perfect panic button option to clean up the stock for Atata. And now it's 2 stocks pretty even here. Ooh, looking for a low dip himself is Atata there. Didn't get too much off of it, however, but now he continues the double dip. No resources left for Loaf, and he is down to count with that back air.
Fantastic edge guarding coming out from Atata. The second he committed that up B, that was pretty much a checkmate situation because he put himself in a very bad spot to get called out by that forward smash, which led into everything, all the disasters that struck him later on.
And this is the most confident lead that Atata has had really in any of these games so far. You got to be careful not to let it slip from your fingers, though. And that trade will afford Atata a very important time to just take stock, get back on the stage.
Waft is online. If I was Loaf, I would definitely say that for the next stock, but it could come in a situation if you find the right opportunity. I say pull the trigger.
But the lingering hit of that down air just going to stop Atata's recovery right in his tracks. I don't know what you're trying. Yeah, okay, you had nothing. You had nothing.
He was just trying to get a free hit on Loaf before he died. You know, like I respect Austin.
We saw Captain Falcon had some tricks that he could do with that low wall jump. But now, like you said, the Waft is online. Could be very relevant here.
What was actually smart about the situation is that Loaf purposely ran away from the edge of the stage to mess up the camera, so it became even more difficult for Atata to use that PK Thunder.
Oh yeah, the camera control can be very tricky in some of these spots.
Okay, 136. Loaf needs one more hit to get that prime percentage to land that up tilt Waft to seal out the set. Very close, very scary situation here for Atata. He's now in that window.
Yeah, that down tilt to dash attack didn't ruin anything, but that's exactly what Loaf tried to do in game 2, right? Steal the PK Thunder Trail. But instead, everyone's living not where you wanted to use the Waft, maybe expecting like an aggressive approach to the platform.
Betting it all on that, but it might be a little bit too late here. Have another edge guard opportunity. Tries to eat the PK Thunder, dies in the process, and that's what makes it so scary to chase after Atata below stage, right? Because at any given notice, he could just electrocute himself instead, and then you're fried just like that. That was hella untechable.
Oh, yeah. That would have been untechable at like 40%, I think. Really, really early. But as it stands, I think that the risk-reward calculation that Loaf took there to try and go for that edge guard was reasonable. He was just a little slow on the mark, and since he was pretty far behind in the stock anyway, and you had a game to give in the set, I don't mind going off there. Yeah. And the aggression has worked out for him previously in the past offset. So, calculated risk just didn't quite work out. Let's run it back in game 4.
Okay, Atata's got some momentum shift going on here, getting that 2-0 lead. And Prayer of Loaf might have made him rest on his laurels a little bit, because now he's taking all the damage in the world. The double PK fire into the Nair off stage. In a bad situation, into a stock taking. Good God, Atata.
Loaf double jumped in the blast zone. That might have been the difference between life and death there. But as it stands, Atata looking very clean in game number 4. Maybe has the adaptation down. Remember, he is Chicago's lone remaining player at this tournament. So he is the hometown hero on the line here.
Yeah, being that local definitely gives you a little bit of a buff here with the audience behind you, cheering on behind your back.
There are a lot of Minnesota fans in the attendance as well. They traveled very well out to Combo Breaker, so I'm sure that Loaf will have some friends chanting in the background for him as well. But right now, the momentum is all on Atata.
Tail into the ball right there with the PK Thunder, looking for another opportunity to land that back air. A very strong peel tool for Ness. Opts to go for the yo-yo again, showing you around the world with the around the world. And now 3 stocks to 1. This is a completely different game than the rest of the set we've seen.
This is an exclamation point of a game 4, if there ever was one, to start this reverse 3-0 off, right? And yeah, Loaf can't get anything started edgewise here. Just every button Atata presses is the correct one.
Oh man, swung the wrong way with that forward tilt. I feel like this game might just be a wrap for Loaf, especially at 64 damage, even with Waft. Managed to take the stock right now, use Waft for the second one. You're still in a really bad spot because Atata's playing out of his mind.
Every string Atata does is just correct, and he's going to poke the shield to finish the 3-stock exclamation point for the hometown hero. We are going to a game 5.
No longer wants to be an asterisk, wants to be an exclamation point instead. Couldn't have said it better myself. Let's jump in here to the final game of the set. Atata has come online and with a vengeance.
Loaf's going to have to dig deep here. If I'm him, I'd take a minute. Take as much time as is afforded to you in between the games, right? You can have like about a minute in between each game, or 30 seconds or whatever.
I'm taking 5.
Running to the bathroom in between matches.
Yeah.
Why not? So, and that seems to be exactly what he's doing. Just wait it out.
This is a good situation, right? If you just go in for the rematch immediately, you're still heated from that previous game. You just got 3 stock. That's never happened in this set yet. Something clearly is wrong. You got to take a moment to just recompose yourself. I would even stand up for a second, honestly. Like, getting out of your chair, walking around for just a second before coming back can easily help restart the brain.
Regular Battlefield was the stage selection.
Okay.
Smaller base platform makes sense to get away from the large platform of Pokemon Stadium 2 there.
Ness does like this stage, though. Like, the angles of PK Fire on those platforms are destructive, especially if you ladder downwards with them.
Wario doesn't hate the stage either, and that's why it's Loaf's counter pick. You can do some platform shenanigans of your own. As we get into it, this could be a reverse 3-0, or Atata or Loaf will stop that momentum right in his tracks. Only one way to find out.
Okay, going over some more. Ness gets a grab right after that exchange here. And this is what Loaf needs. Get that grab, get the ladder, keep him airborne, but couldn't get to anything more meaningful off of that.
And defending that platform with a vengeance right now is Atata turning around the back air in the perfect spot. And he's got the right timing on the back air parry for himself. Another yo-yo, but the high blast zone of Battlefield is going to give Loaf a 2 count.
Okay, we got ourselves a destructive back throw right now. This could be, oh, good air dodge coming out from Atata. No, recognizing the exact moment that Loaf wanted to go for that swing. Using air dodge a second time to get back onto the ledge. Instead of having to go for the back, up B instead. Back air going to put you in a bad spot. He healed him! Like, get your PK Thunder out of here, bro. I'm eating that. Thanks for the tip.
There was an attempt.
Yeah. Wario's definitely the type of guy that would definitely not tip on his delivery orders.
Oh, for sure. Now Atata's going to just go for the trail here to be really disruptive. Stop any recovery attempt. Oh, get up tech. Perfectly timed here for Loaf. Now this is the momentum he might need.
Fantastic mix-up on that recovery from Loaf, using everything in his kit to mix up the timing on when he comes back towards the stage. And now we're keeping this damage climbing, although he is one grab away from seeing the hello to the blast zone, but we're keeping this ladder combo climbing.
I was wondering if we could see like a half waft off of that top Battlefield platform be a really sneaky option right before the full waft discharge. The damage is adding up so fast here that from downtown, the up air not quite enough to KO, but good challenge as well from Atata to take the stage.
Stayed on the bike there. Very daring opportunity to go for it. Gets called out for the whiff grab with a grab of your own. It's going to be Loaf taking away that first stock in this nail biter of a game.
The damage output from both these players is so strong, already 45% from that disadvantaged spot. But Loaf gets the answer right back with a forward tilt slap.
Oh,
no!
We got the tech.
And it's shorted!
So Loaf actually taking that hit made that length go even less because of that. And because Loaf teched it afterwards, that was the opportune moment. Was the optimal situation, the optimal plan was to get hit by that.
Great stuff from Loaf to take a 2 stocks to 1 lead here.
Atata in a bad spot because Loaf's now got Waft online on top of that. He needs 20 more damage to get that sweet spot for that up tilt.
These spot dodges are working out brilliantly for Atata, though. The grab hit percent in this game really has not been too high for Wario.
Okay, using the bite to try to extend that PK fire. We're seeing a lot of parries coming out. Parries one of the scariest things you can do against Wario because of the Waft.
But the lingering hit of that forward air just didn't quite get parried as much as the early ones did. Oh, careful there, Atata.
And we're jumping some more, going for the forward airs, dash attack to open you up. This is that sweet spot percentage. Maybe we go for an edge guard instead, trying to delete it with a down tilt instead, swapping the spots. Gonna go off for the left side of the stage to mix up where we are going this time around. Throw to throw, right back off stage. He might not even need to go over the Waft at this point.
Maybe not. The damage is adding up slowly but surely. Loaf is playing this very patiently here. Not going for very long strings because he knows that he can get reversaled by Atata's quick aerial options as well. But the Nair reversal hit evens the stocks. Tournament stock for both of these players, Osti. But it is over in the blink of an eye as the Waft was perfectly engaged.
Right after the up air. That was all you needed. That one swing to pop them upwards and get the follow-up immediately afterwards. The move of the game was up air this time around. Hit him with the clap and hit him with the fart, and that's going to be him moving on into losers semis. Loaf guaranteeing themselves at least a top 4 finish for Atata. Chicago's own going down with the 5th place here at Combo Breaker. Fantastic performance from that Ness.
What a great set between the two of them.
Really fun.
Came down to the very wire, but the time, I don't think he hit a waft the entire time until that final stock.